Wind removing pose, simple really. You lie on your back, grab the knee and pull down to create pressure on the abs, massaging into the colon. Job done. What is there to talk about? Or is it that simple? Do you really ever massage into the colon? In truth, the name of this posture, wind removing pose, installs the wrong message, sending most of us down the wrong road. A road that at best doesn't go anywhere, but at worst can lead to an injury, which is unfortunate because this posture is liquid gold if you have any back pain, neck issue, or in my case, arthritic hips. But to access that gold, you have to wipe from your muscle memory the notion of compressing and pulling down. So, hold on to your seats as we debug and recalibrate your mindset so you can access the real magical power of this posture. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and then that bell icon. Also, check out my online live interactive classes where I take you through a 90-minute class, driving you through the hot yoga sequence. I have an array of massive screens so I can see you all and correct you. My wife Elaine is also on hand as a second pair of eyes, so there's no escaping. I'll put a link to that below. So, wind removing pose. The benefits of this posture are astounding, but massaging into your colon isn't one of them. If you've got blockage in the colon, drink more water and go for a walk. That's 1,000 times more effective. If you have excessive wind, however, adopting this posture will allow the wind to easily escape purely because of the relaxed position of your backside, not because of any pressure on the colon. The real magic of this posture only comes out to play the moment you stop focusing on compressing in and start opening out, decompressing the spine, as if you're on a medieval torture rack. If you're focusing on how much you're able to compress into the abs, you completely stop that story from playing out. Let's start off with the upper spine, looking at the neck. As we age, there is a tendency for the head to drop forward and down, creating an arc in the upper spine, or as Arnold Schwarzenegger calls it, the sorry dog look. To reverse this stoop, physios will give you daily rounds of neck lengthening exercises where you stand against the wall and use your strength to lift your head up, lengthening your neck open as you try to get the neck as flat as you can against the wall. This is what you should be focusing on in wind removing posture, lengthening the neck open, flat on the floor. But if you stay entrenched in the mindset of squeezing in, pulling down, you cannot truly create this traction. Often, students simply look up at the ceiling, so their neck is not flat on the floor and they're not able to pull it open. Or they tuck the chin in so much the head lifts off the floor, rounding the neck, which actually aggravates that sorry dog look, not fix it. Stop thinking about pulling the knee down and concentrate on creating traction in the neck, getting it as flat as you can on the floor. Also, because you're not pulling down so hard, the shoulder sockets are relaxed. So now you're able to pull open the shoulder sockets by lengthening the elbows away, creating space for the joint fluids to flow. But for most people, all this comes crashing down into chaos in the second part as they try to grab their elbows over the knees. If I grab my elbows, which I can actually do, my shoulders are no longer truly relaxed down on the floor. I can feel tension in my upper spine. I can no longer get my upper spine or my neck straight, relaxed down, flat on the floor. This means I cannot create that traction I need to pull it open, decompressing the whole upper spine. And at this point, I'm completely out of the game. Even if I grab my wrists, I don't completely fix that. However, if I hold my knees with my hands, I can relax my shoulders down and get the neck flat and create traction, pulling the spine open, using core strength. That's how to repair and strengthen the upper spine. And that sorry dog look will never be part of your life. But there's more. So far, we've been looking at the upper spine. What about the lower spine? Spine surgeons often promote this posture as a great post-op exercise because of how effective it is at safely opening out the lower spine. Their instructions are to focus on getting the lower spine, including the tailbone, flat on the floor. But if you pull down too hard, the tailbone starts to lift off the floor, at which point you brought compression, tension to the lower spine, making it impossible to pull the lower spine open. Wind removing pose is not a pulling down action, it's an opening out action, creating traction, building far greater functional strength. Pulling in compression action doesn't give you the same results. Your aim in wind removing pose is a flat spine, not one day in the future, right now. Hips to head, flat on the floor, with traction as if you're pulling on a torture rack. Almost forgot the hip joint. Because you're not pulling down as hard, you're not compressing into the hip joints, which means the hip joints are relaxed and loose. And that means you can now truly open them by gently pulling them open using functional strength. If you're going to restore functional movement, your mantra, the melody in your mind, has to be exclusively about opening out the entire body. Joints relaxed, strength pulling them open. And that means zero compression. And that's true for all yoga postures. See you next time. Don't forget the subscribe button and that bell icon, and check out my online classes, particularly if you have a body that refuses to budge, because we'll soon get that moving.